half-yard loss. Lebanon, their big gainer in this drive has been the 15-yard roughing the kicker penalty. Blue Devils have not been able to gain an inch on this Ryan defense in the second half.
Well, Mike Petroni mentioned during the halftime break that Ryan very good at making adjustments. Their defensive coaching staff trying to counter the things that worked well for Lebanon in the first half.
Well, they've looked to be geniuses here so far in this third period. C and Zachary out to the near side, and Pitt back to throw. Look, got a little time, fires over the middle. C's got it, turns it. He's up near the 50 and knocked down as he curled back inside. He's got the first down. They'll mark it up at the 48-yard line. He was at midfield, but trying to get more yardage, curled back. And Big Marchetti almost got to Pitt that time before he released the football. That one barely got there.
John, that's what you like to see, the receiver coming back for the ball.
He was so wide open, Tommy. Pitt got hit. The ball was not thrown with the velocity that Pitt usually has on it. But he was so wide open, he was able to make the wide open catch. This sideline report is brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design, North Cumberland Street, 444-1531.
Blue Devils set to go 1st and 10 from their own 48. Pitt option play. Turn it. He's over midfield. He's over 45. Pitt on his feet. Over the 40 down to the 35-yard line goes Damon on the option play to the right side.
Great job by the quarterback. Pitt. On the option play, you're going to have to tackle the quarterback because, Terry, he's capable of turning the play. He got some good yardage.
You're right. From the Lebanon 48 all the way down to Father Ryan's 36. That's 16 yards on the run by Pitt. First down, Lebanon.
A lot of that strength, fellas. Pitt got a lot of size and a lot of running ability, plus a lot of strength. Back to throw is Pitt. Looks, fires wide for C at the 30. Had to get rid of that one in a hurry because big number 51 for Ryan was in there on him in a hurry. That's Zach Leonardo, who shot through there and was giving Pitt trouble. He had to throw that one just a hair before he wanted to.
Lebanon trying to hit the out route. That looks like that's going to be open for us. Damon drops back, looks left, turns back right, and just overthrew just a little bit Ron C., the intended receiver.
Aren't we seeing a little bit more of a rush out of Ryan here in the second half? They're laying their ears back. Lebanon brings him out. C split wide to the right. Zachary in the slot to the right. Pitt straightens up. Hot pass dropped at the 30. Carson had it in his hand, but really got jolted down at the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Lebanon from the 36-yard line.
Father Ryan, linebacker, defensive end Hunter Ellen, just turned back inside and met Elliott Carson, knocking that football loose. Carson leaves the football game. Gannon checks in at the tight end spot for the Blue Devils.
Carson really took a shot there tonight. That's the second hard shot that he's taken in this football game. One earlier in the first quarter, but he really got jolted that time. Zachary to the near side. C to the far side. Pitt sets him down and drops back to throw. Looks, got time. Fires for Ron C. And it's intercepted at the 4 and dropped. At that point, C makes the tackle, but Ryan comes off with the interception. That's going to be a pretty good punt, isn't it?
Keith McGrady makes the interception deep in his own territory. Lebanon trying to hit Ron C. deep down the sideline. McGrady behind him. The pass overthrown just a little bit. And as you said, Clyde, just like a punt, Terry, it's turned field position around.
All the way down to the 4-yard line. That's where Father Ryan will take over deep in their own territory.
Well, Lebanon's defense has got them pinned back now against the wall. If they can come up with some good defensive work here, Ryan will come out of the huddle and bring them up. Fullback is Brackman, the tailback is Wigginton, and Williams, the Georgia transfer, is the quarterback, and he sets them down. Double wideouts to the near side. Wigginton rolls to the right, wants to throw, got a little room, crosses a 5, hit at the 9, and knocked out of bounds at about the 9-yard line.
Good play by Ron C., the free safety. Read the play all the way, came up and made the stop. Elliott Carson, defensive end on that side, turned inside and lost containment on the quarterback. You don't want the quarterback running loose on the corner, but Ron C. came up and kept that play from turning out to be any better than it was.
6-yard gain, and he had a lot more if he had just a little bit more speed. He had a big hole there. As you said, C closed it in a hurry. 2nd down, 4. Ball squarely at the 10-yard line, the Ryan 10. 8:40 to go here in the third period. Lebanon still trailing 3-0. 37-yard Ryan field goal. Hand off to Wigginton. He's hit at the line, but he's going to get to the 15-yard line. Wigginton running hard. Carson knocks him down, but he got about 4 yards and may have the first down.
Titus Kelly in there for Lebanon at the strong safety spot, replacing the injured Slave. Checking into the football game at the nose position is Kenneth Nelson. Out goes Cantrell. Also in there for Lebanon at the defensive tackle spots, we've got Clemens and Alds. Your ends are Carson and Gannon.
Ryan gaining momentum now as they pick up the first down deep, and they hand it to Bowles. The fullback blasts out over the 20 all the way out to the 23-yard line, as Bowles, the fullback, on a quick opener up the middle, just gets about 6, maybe 7 yards on the carry.
Tim Kelly on the stop for the Blue Devils. Lebanon substituting freely in there, trying to keep fresh people on the field. As, of course, it is warm out there and not much of a breeze blowing down on the floor of Vanderbilt Stadium.
Matter of fact, he got 8 on the carry. 2nd down and 2 for the Irish at their own 23-yard line. And again, the quick opener to the fullback, and he blasts over the 25 and gets the first down. He got almost to the 26. He's going to get about 3 on the carry, and I think he does have the first down. So Ryan, back-to-back first downs, bring it out from their 4 to their 26, where it will be 1st and 10. And the Blue Devils slowly losing field position here as Ryan picks up a couple of first downs.
We want to remind you that next Thursday night, the 50-yard line show premieres from 7 to 8. With Dale, Lynn, Clyde, and myself right here on FM 99. Sports Talk on FM 99 next Thursday night.
Here come the Irish, 1st and 10 at the Lebanon at their own 26. Handoff far side. Lebanon will nail him after a 2, maybe 3-yard gain. And Ryan right now whipping the Lebanon front and getting 2, 3, and 4 yards of carry. Tommy, Lebanon going to have to show up a little defense.
Almost a little veer look on that play, as they didn't really try to bull our tackle on that side. They just tried to obstruct his vision a little bit, let Wigington and the quarterback read which way the defender was going, and let Wigington go the other way. Pretty good gain there for that tailback, Wigington. 2nd
and 6 after a 4-yard gain. Williams sets him down. Williams handing off to Wigington, far side, got a little hole, powers out over the 35. He's got the first down to the 36, 37-yard line.
They pulled the offside guard, ran him up in the hole. That was Tony Cood, 67, turns up into the hole in front of the running back, leading the interference, kind of what they used to call the G block, pulling the offside guard, letting him work upfield, and first down yardage for FatherRyan. Wigington's on a bit of a run. Ryan
now has picked up more yardage here on this drive than they got the entire first half. Williams, quick opener and blasting over the 40. Loose football. And let's see who came up with it. Lebanon says they've got it, but hold on to your horses. The Blue Devils have the fumble, and Lebanon comes up with a football.
Lebanon on the recovery. Chris Bain, who had been in there at one of the defensive line spots, picked up the loose football. It laid on the ground for a few seconds before anybody knew it was out. Wigington knew it was out. He starts crawling for the football, but Bain falls on the football, and Lebanon now takes over.
6 minutes to play here in the 3rd period, and the Blue Devils still trail 3-0. The only score coming on the first possession of the opening half. Pitt with a pitch back to Stafford. Stafford gets a block on the corner, turns it at the 40, still on his feet, over the 35, down to the 34-yard line. Stafford putting on a good run and got a great block over there, and I believe it was from Ron C.
Ron C. got a good block upfield, but the block that sprung him at the line of scrimmage, Kenneth Nelson, the guard, pulled on the sweep, takes the corner, and just ran him into the sideline. And Chris doing a great job running the football, Terry.
Did he ever ram him into the sideline? Excuse me, Terry.
He picked up 9 on that, Tommy. 9 yards on that. 10 carries, 53 yards tonight for Chris Stafford.
And a 21-yard touchdown call back. Pitt sets him down. Zachary near side. Handoff is to Griffin, and Griffin will lower his head and bull down near the 30-yard line.
Oh, he had a seam, Clyde. If instead of lowering his head, if he just kind of keeps his head up and drifts to the right just a little bit. Of course, it's awfully easy up here with headsets and binoculars to see where that hole is.
We've got a great view from up here.
Got a heck of a view, but I don't have people trying to tackle me. But he had a seam, it looked like, toward the far sideline.
Got the first down. It's 1st and 10 Lebanon now at the Ryan 31, and again Lebanon begins to knock on the door, but they have not been able to get it in and make it stick without a penalty. 3 of them called back already. Pitt and a quick opener to the fullback Griffin, and he's going to get a solid 5, maybe 6 down to about the 25, 26-yard line. They'll mark it at the 26. So Griffin going to rip off 5 on first down.
Joel Griffin trying to get warmed up here, Terry. What about Joel so far tonight?
Tommy, with that carry, 5 more yards with that carry. That gives him 18 tonight on 5 carries.
Lebanon now looking at a 2nd and 5. And the football just inside the Ryan 26. We've been down there all night, but we don't have anything on the board. Lebanon jumps, but no penalty flag. And here is Stafford, and he's going to be knocked down after a yard gain. And Lebanon clearly had a right side guard jump on that play, but I don't see any flags.
They must think that Kenneth Nelson anticipated the snap count and got off right on the snap. But Kenneth looked like a sprinter out there. He's got a full half step on everybody trying to lead on that linebacker. We didn't have a flag on it, so it's 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 for the Blue Devils. C again goes right. Zachary at a wingback. Callie in the slot to the right. And here's Zachary, and Lebanon got good yardage. Zachary going to turn it over the 25, down over the 23, inside the 20 to the 19-yard line, and it's a Blue Devil first down as Cal Zachary on that reverse trap. Is that what you call that play?
Run the slice trap. We haven't run that football play in a couple of years now. Remember, Alan Bentley used to run that play so well for us. Joe Gardner used to run that play well for Lebanon. He lines up in the slot. We pull a guard or a tackle. He just filters in there. Good yardage for Zachary.
Nose of the football at the Ryan 19. Blue Devils in business, 1st and 10, but now they want time. So do we. Timeout on the field. Lebanon wants time. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this on the Blue Devil Network.
Hello, I'm Megan Davis, a junior football cheerleader at Lebanon High School. We are here for Stella McCullough and present to them this Blue Devil football souvenir.
The law firm of Rochelle McCullough is proud again to be a sponsor of the Lebanon High School football team and cheerleading squad.
Go Devils!
Talk about this spirit contest for just a moment. Have we mentioned that tonight?
We've mentioned it.
Okay.
Wilson County Spirit Contest, Walmart Film Processing Center. There will be prizes, and it depends on photos that you turn in depicting activities at the schools.
All right, Lebanon will have it 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line of Ryan. Blue Devils again beginning to knock on the door. C is wide right. Zachary is in the slot, and Pitt is back to throw. Looks, he's got C wide open, and the pass was almost intercepted by a linebacker, but it went through his hands and was a little bit too short for C, and that's one of the few bad passes that has been thrown tonight by Pitt, the quarterback.
I don't know how Hunter Ellen didn't intercept the football. It went right through his hands, and that's how come Ron C. never saw it coming out of that purple jersey.
And C was homeward bound. There was nobody running into the goal line. 2nd down 10 now, Lebanon. Now let's hope the Blue Devils can keep from shooting themselves in the foot. Here's the pitch to Stafford. Got a hole, got a good block. Stafford lowers his head and rounds to the 15-yard line. A gain of about 4 by Stafford.
Chris Stafford on the carry.
And a little wind swirling up here tonight, fellas. I kind of like that.
That's not bad. Lebanon up front offensively, trying to utilize that offensive line. Cripps, Hicks, Bain, Nelson, and Alls. That front wall, of course, Elliott Carson in there at the tight end. Also a good blocker from that position.
3rd down and 6 for Lebanon from the 16. We got to go just in. They got to go to almost the 9-yard line. Here's the pitch back to Stafford. Stafford going to be jammed and dropped at the 15-yard line. Got a yard, no more. Ryan really jamming that play up over there, and Stafford just had nowhere to run. Did well to get anything out of it, and finally managed to get a yard. The ball sitting squarely now on the 15-yard line, and Lebanon needs 5.5 for the first down, and it's 4th down.
And a big play here in the second half, folks, is the Blue Devils knocking at the door. We have not been able to cash in. We've had the mistakes in the first half, and now field position finally going our way a little bit, looking at a 4th down, and we need to convert here.
1:53 remaining in the 3rd period. If you're not, they need to convert here. So